for an on a mega, mega platform in America. Mega 2003, I will never forget. That was the day I told myself I would rather follow God's path, because when man make you, they will make you. A major TV station in America was looking for an African that they will package. An African they will package and position, because they wanted to enter into Africa. And I was shortlisted as one of the 3 people that they wanted, because I was doing Wisdom for Singles, and Wisdom for Singles had gone global, CNN, BBC, so they picked me as number 1. A guy from Uganda was picked as number 2. So they had a major conference that they wanted me to speak in, to start to introduce me to the American audience. And I was in this conference, mega conference. My name was all over America. People were calling me Oti Mekel, Oti Blow. 2003. Problem number 1. When I got to the hall, the entire hotel can only seat 2,000 people, but on the internet they were publicizing that over 10,000 people were gathered. Lie. Number 2, they called me and said that you are going to be ministering tomorrow night, and we want you to raise an offering, and whatever offering you raise, 30% will be for you, 70% will be for us. I said, sorry, I don't do that. I don't get involved in those. I don't do transactional ministry. God is my source. I will not be involved. They said, no, you need to do something about that. Okay. By option number 3, when they wanted to introduce me, they said, we are welcoming an apostle from Africa. He's an apostle, he's a pastor, he has over 400 branches and over 10 million people following him. Lie number 4. Where I sat down there, I told myself, Olumide, oh, belong to me. On my baye jembi. I was to do 3 sessions. I finished preaching, I did not raise offering, and they told me clearly, man of God, that was an error. You did not obey our agreement. I said, I did not agree with you that I was raising offering. If it's about love offering, don't give me anything. I'm okay. I'm not a poor man. But you know how amazing the service was? The amazing service was so glorious. The music was heavenly. And the man of God said, I should wait behind that. You would like to drop me in the hotel. Great. If you talk American preacher, it's number 1 or number 2. I'm telling you, great, major, mega. I was still in their conference last year. They did a leadership conference. When I got there, when people saw me, I didn't know. People said, are you preaching? I said, no, I just came to attend. Say, I know you. You came in 2000. I know that. Guess what? When we finished ministering, as we were going to the back to enter the bishop's car, the music ministers that just played instrument, they were smoking. They were smoking. And in Nigeria, even when you are smoking and you see a pastor coming, they were smoking and greeting the bishop. Hey bishop, how you doing, man? They say, hey guys, how you doing? That was a good one. Oh, shock me. Oh, shock me. I was shocked. So I entered this car and my mouth will not close. Because my mouth is my asset, but it's also my problem. So as we moved, I said, man of God, are those not the instrumentalists that just let the worship? So yes, I said, they are smoking. I said, do you think that's okay? He said, what problem do you have with that? Did you not feel the anointing? I said, boy, he said, no, they are not our members, they are hired hands, but they are the best in the business. They are hired hands, but they are the blessed in the business. So how many hired hands do we have playing keyboard now, yet fornicating? How many people are in choir lifting up on holy hands, and we wonder why the glory of God is not coming down? Runs girl on the pulpit, gigolo on the pulpit, 419 on the pulpit, area boys on the pulpit, and we are deceiving ourselves. Where is the power of God? Where is the power of God? The power cannot move in unholiness, cannot move in unrighteousness. God is holy. Of course, that was the end. That was the end. The man looked at me and said, man of God, the plans we have for you in the next 5 years, your name will be global. So, but if you have this kind of mind, you don't understand grace, you can't go far. I say, I would rather stay where I am and let God lead me. The man they took from Uganda, if I mention his name, many of you may not know, the guy within 3 years, the guy became global all over from Uganda. because they told me they're going to spend like $5 million. They will come to my church, they will set it up like a studio. I'm going to be broadcasting to America. They will put it, everything was planned. They have planned a book deal where they will pay me $1 million to write books. The man, because I stood against unrighteousness, I said, you can't do that. This is not God. That's how they remove him from there. By the time they put in that guy, I did not even know that for you to enter that realm, you must be gay. True life story. Married and gay. Many of those people you see, listen to me, they are both married with a wife and children, and they are still doing gay. Now, many of you don't know, when all those things started coming out, those were the same people. I said, I'm 2003, but boy, that story, that's the guy. I have known since then. The guy they took from Uganda, by the time they took him to America, after they have given him money and everything, they said, you must come and be doing gay. The guy said, we don't do that in Africa. They said they will withdraw the money, we will do everything. That's how the guy joined. His ministry has been summarized now. Listen to me. We are not perfect. I'm not on a mega,